What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life, and welcome to Fort Myers Beach. Yes, we are in Lee County, Florida, and we're about to go over the bridge and find ourselves in Fort Myers Beach. There's the bridge right up there, the iconic bridge that takes you into Fort Myers Beach. It is the summer, and as you guys know, in Florida, the snowbird, the tourist season, is usually the winter. So this time of year is kind of dead, empty, vacant. So let's go across the bridge and see what type of activities are going on in Fort Myers Beach. It's been about 2 years since Hurricane Ian, and hurricane season is starting up again. Be interesting to see how this area is doing and faring nearly 2 years later. As we know, Fort Myers Beach had a 14-foot storm surge. The water would have came right up to here on this bridge. Hurricane Ian was the most disastrous hurricane that's hit Florida probably ever. Maybe Hurricane Andrew back in the 90s could have matched it, but a 14-foot storm surge is very destructive. Here's a look over the Gulf of Mexico. The view from here is incredible. The water looks nasty. It doesn't look pretty. It looks kind of muddy and mucky in all directions, and we have been having a lot of rain lately. It's been really rainy. It's always fun coming across this bridge. And Fort Myers Beach looks more vacant and empty than it's ever been because so many buildings were just washed off the face of the earth that when you drive through here, it kind of just looks empty and vacant. It doesn't look anything like it used to. It feels more open, kind of like the beaches in the Florida Panhandle are like that, wide open. It used to feel more compact here, but the hurricane literally eliminated buildings to the point where even this intersection here still doesn't seem to have the light running anymore. I think it was a while back. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, there's still hurricane cleanup efforts here. Hurricane Ian was unlike any other hurricane that's hit this area. Now this area has been hit by a few hurricanes. Donna back in the 60s was a powerful one. Charlie, Wilma, Irma. Sounds like a bunch of old women your grandpa would have slept with, but these have all been powerful hurricanes that have hit Southwest Florida. But Ian was the last and final blow to Southwest Florida. It was very destructive. Everything right now, my truck would be underwater. 14-foot storm surge, guys. Can you just try to wrap your head around that idea? A 14-foot storm surge here. Everything here would have been underwater. Scary. But we're trying to make a comeback, and tourism's been weak. There's a new Margaritaville restaurant, which I think looks resort. I think looks great. I'd like to check it out at some point. This is the off season. Tourists only come to Florida during the winter, so the summers are usually brutally slow. People who work in restaurants, hospitality suffer greatly. They suffer because the customers are gone. Gone with the wind. They'll be back in December. They stick around till about after Easter, then they're gone again. Seasonal economy, but the bills are here year long. Recently, they're considering putting up a toll road to Fort Myers Beach and a $15 toll to get over here. Let me get let's understand this. So somebody who works here on this island, jobs here pay $16 an hour. So if they got an 8-hour shift, 2 of those hours are gonna go just to pay the tolls to get on and off the island. Really? As ridiculous as that sounds, they're actually talking about that. I don't know what the goal of that would be. It's hard enough for the working class people that have to... Who do you think is going to clean these hotels? Who do you think is going to clean these hotels? Who do you think is going to clean the toilets at the hotels? It's crazy that you can literally see the water from here. That's how many buildings have actually been wiped off the map here. That you can literally see the water from here. This is abnormal. But that's what's happened here. So many buildings are gone that you can now see the water from here. It's actually pretty nice. I like that it's nice and open. There were too many buildings here before. You can see the water from here. I think that's cool. They should keep it that way. The fact that you can just look down this road and see the water, that's pretty cool. They still have a long way to go. A lot of the pier used to be right in front of us is gone. A lot of things are gone, and it'll be a long recovery for FMB, dog. This intersection is whoever goes through first, I guess. Put up some Royal Cuban palm trees. It's not quite Panama City Beach here. They're working towards this could be a great southern Panama City Beach, except for the water quality here is garbage. It's an island, it's warmer. During the winter it's going to attract more people because it's much warmer than Panama City Beach. But you still have one problem with this area. It's that the water quality here. I mean, look at that Gulf. It looks like Taco Bell leftovers, you know? It looks mucky and nasty. It doesn't look pretty. Bless their heart, they've never been to Panama City Beach to see clear water or Siesta Key or something. The water quality here has been bad since Hurricane Ian. It used to be better. It really used to, but I kid you not, I keep coming back. It's been 2 years, and the water clarity has never returned to be the same. Never returned to be the same. But I like that they started, opening this big resort here, Margaritaville. It looks like a lot of fun. They got the pool right here. It'd be nice if I can get a ride hitting the crap out of here. You see they got the pool going on right there. That looks like a lot of fun. It's packed. People are in the pool because the beach water is so nasty. You're not gonna go swimming. Usually in Panama City Beach, the pool would be empty because the water's pretty. But here, the water's so nasty that the pool is full. Why is the pool full? Because the Gulf is dirty. The Gulf is dirty. The Gulf is nasty. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the open feel this place has since some of these buildings are gone. It feels so much more open, and I like it. I like the open feeling of just open, less buildings. But of course, we all know what's going to happen. They're going to keep building and building bigger and more expensive, and eventually the rich are going to have to work for the ultra rich. If that's because the middle class ain't. How does somebody working here for $16 an hour on this island? I remember one time I used to live in Lehigh Acres, which is where the working class people live, right? So the people that work in these resorts here, they can't live around here. This is all for rich people. They gotta live way over there in Lehigh, where I used to live. Lehigh, I went to Lehigh, and over there, Lehigh and the Lehigh. Look at this. There's still like abandoned buildings and crap out here. It's crazy. They still haven't got everything in order. There's still a lot of stuff like that. You're just like, wow. But go figure. That building was completely underneath the water. They've cleared a lot of these buildings, and a lot of them are gone, and they're building new ones. The new ones are going to have to be probably to stronger hurricane codes. I don't know if they changed the code or not. But see, the newer houses that were here already were already to a pretty good hurricane standard. Engineering standards were pretty elevated to begin with. So it's not like the newer constructions made it. It's the older buildings that were here from the 60s and 70s. Those buildings are all gone. But the newer buildings, like in the last 5 or 6 years, whatever, all those buildings are still here. They didn't go anywhere. They stood up very well. So the new buildings survived. Did they have damage? Yes. Did they get wiped away? No. It's all the old buildings that just couldn't make it. Couldn't make it without you. I couldn't make it without you. Oh, no, 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 I couldn't make it without you. But what's weird now is you have these brand new houses on this side, right? And then next door you have this trap house looking thing that's abandoned. And that's kind of the reality right now of Fort Myers Beach. It's there's still a lot of this left. You know, it's just not exactly what you want to see when you're on vacation. So the grass grew back green, the palm trees regrew their branches, the water dried up. Most of the buildings got demolished or whatever. There's still a long way to go. There's a few eyesores here and there. I don't even know how, like, when they first started doing the cleanup efforts, like, where do you even start after a 14-foot storm surge? I mean, it's overwhelming. It really is. It's an overwhelming concept. Where do you even start? But it is what it is. And efforts will have to take place to clean up utter destruction here. Really, it's a long way to go. But the newer houses do stand up. Like, you see that new house right there across from us? That's the type of building that will undoubtedly not have a problem if the same event happened again. It's not like there's a new Cuban food truck right here. I could go for a Cuban dog. You Cuban, man? Are they even open? I said they're open. Now during season there would be 300 people outside that food truck. Right now there's like 4 people out there. But you Cuban, man. You Cuban, man. You Cuban, man. Cuban man, you Cuban man, you Cuban man, you Cuban man, you Cuban man, Cuban man. There's another food truck right here, Mexican food. A lot of food trucks are moving in. I think they've had to allow food trucks because, well, what else are they going to do for restaurants out here? Everything's gone. I do feel like I like the new face of Fort Myers Beach. It's a long way to go. But I wish I had brought my metal detector, man. I wish I had brought it, but I didn't. I like how, like, there's so many buildings gone. It just feels open and brighter. There's still, like, entire buildings that are dilapidated right now. I'm going to tell you what, man. You just burn that building out right there, just turn that thing right there, man. There's still entire dilapidated buildings, and, well, it is what it is, what it did, what it did, what it did, what it do, man. You heard me? Whoa, it's still dilapidated and topicated down there. You heard me? Whoa, it's still a long way to go. But I like the new Fort Myers Beach. You know, the old Fort Myers Beach had to go. It was old. It was full of cockroaches. It wasn't colorful enough. The buildings were too old. I like the new Fort Myers Beach. I like what it's becoming. I can't believe they still have rundown buildings with plywood on the window. I think they should have handled that by now, but, you know, yeah, that's all you can expect, perfection. There's still a lot of destruction visible, but the water, the color of the Gulf is, like, disgusting. I mean, it's literally brown and it's bad. It really is. And I can't believe that they haven't been able to just knock down these buildings. I mean, knock all, even if it survived, knock it down. Put all these new mansions in here and get rid of all these old buildings. Give this place a new look, man. This place, Fort Myers Beach, I'm glad that all these cockroach huts are gone. It's unfortunate how it happened, but it had to happen somehow, you know? You know, they're all gone. No more cockroach huts. Now we got to put in some new buildings that are up to the new building codes. And hopefully those buildings will be stronger. And then hopefully those buildings can withstand another Hurricane Ian, and you know, and it's gonna look better. You feel me? It's gonna look better. It's gonna smell better. The only thing that's not smelling better is the Gulf of Mexico. My goodness, it looks hideous. Hideous with the idiots, man. The water. I wish you guys could see how bad. There's nowhere to really pull into any of these streets here. I wish you could just pull into one of these streets here on the right. Well, you guys saw it coming over the bridge. It looks bad. It looks nasty. But that's the situation here on Fort Myers Beach. Lots of new construction, but lots of work left to do. No more cockroach huts. It's time to put in some new buildings, and there's still a lot of construction happening here. Quite a bit of construction. Construction with the auction down there. I tell you what, man, it's just run down to dilapidated buildings down there. I tell you what, man, on Bayland now, and it doesn't look scenic or pretty. It doesn't. And it looks kind of like Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but instead of a disgusting river, it's a disgusting ocean. The water clarity situation here is of serious concern to tourism. I don't know how it hasn't been addressed. Needs to be addressed. Why hasn't the water clarity returned? I think we have some serious contamination problems here. And a lot of the tourists are stupid, but when they find out that in Sarasota the water's clear, they're not going to keep coming here. Check it out from Fort Myers.